Hi everyone, I'm Micaela Sharp, founder of Sharp Simpson Upholstery. Today I'm going to show you how to recover a dining chair. So don't worry if you haven't done this before, this is really a beginner's guide, so let's get started. So first of all, we're going to remove all of the old fabric. So if we spin our seats over, you'll see there are loads of staples around the edge. So to remove these, you're going to need a mallet, a tack remover, and some pinches. So to remove the staples, just take your mallet and your staple remover, your tack remover, position the pointy end just in the middle of the staple and give it a light tap with the mallet and that staple will come out. So I'm going to make my way around and take out each of the staples from the bottom cloth and from the fabric, carefully using my tack remover and my mallet, the pinches to pull them out if I need to. This part's quite boring, but best to do it methodically, and then you've got a really solid base to work from. So that's the bottom cloth off. I'm just going to do exactly the same with the leather. There we have it. Great, now that's all off, we're going to take off the old foam. Even if the foam looks in good condition, I think that it's best to replace it. So dining seats do get quite a lot of use. It's not that much foam that you need to recover it. If you're going to go to all the work of recovering the seat, then it's best to make it comfortable, so definitely change the foam at this stage. So you can just ease it away. There's not too much glue on this one. If yours is really stuck down, you might want to use a sharp blade just to release it. You don't want to leave too much foam on the board because you don't want your next chair to look lumpy. So try and get as much as you can off. That's it. Dining chairs are made in lots of different ways. Sometimes the webbing is a bit further spaced apart, so you might find that you've got bigger gaps than this one. In that case, you might want to put some hessian over just to stop the foam gradually over time working its way through those gaps. You might find that the webbing needs to be replaced as well. In this case, the webbing is all sound and the holes are quite small, so I'm good to just start with the new foam straight away. So I'm going to attach that with some spray glue. So I'm going to spray around the edge. You can see where the old foam was sprayed, so just follow that. And then I'm going to stick the new foam on. You need to also put the glue on the foam to keep it in place, otherwise you'll find it just comes straight back off. So we're starting to get to the fun parts. We're about to cut the foam. The easiest way to do this is with a serrated knife. So you just go around very carefully and cut vertically with your serrated knife. Alternatively, you can use an electric carving knife, which works really well with cutting foam, especially thinner foam. I have a professional foam cutter, so this works really well with thick foam, and we're only using 1.5 inches on the dining chair, so this is going to cut through really easily. So you'll notice that I cut that a fraction bigger all the way around. That's just so that you don't see the wood where the wood meets the foam. If you cut it exactly where the wood is, you tend to see a little bit of a ripple. So just cut it a fraction wider all the way around. Polyester just stops the seat from looking too flat. We're just going to glue it on with the same spray glue that we used before. Pull it nice and tight, smooth it out, and then we're going to cut around the edge so that it's the same dimensions as the foam. Now we're going to start to put the fabric on, which of course is the best part of the job. I've chosen this lovely green diamond pattern by Linwood. It's stain resistant, which is perfect for dining seats. So I'm just going to roll it out and cut the amount that I need. If you haven't done upholstery before, a really good tip is to keep hold of the old cover so that you can use that as a template to cut your new one. Always cut it a little bit bigger to give yourself a little bit of room to play with. Always mark the front of the fabric so that you know that all the patterns are going to go the right way, and if there's a pile on your fabric, then it will all run the same way. So now for the upholstery. What you need to do to start is to secure the front of the fabric with 3 temporary tacks. Now the way to do this is to put the staples in at an angle so that they can easily come out, because you will be taking them out. So 1 in the middle and then 1 either side. And then we're going to move to the back and pull as hard as we can, pull all of this foam down to get rid of this square edge and secure the back. So some things to note at this stage. Try not to upholster the seat with it upside down. If you do it this way, you won't be able to see the pattern, so if you start to go offline, you won't notice. So it's best to keep your chair facing yourself like this, and then you can check the front and be smoothing the pattern over while you pull with your other hand. Now the back is done, you'll see that I've taken the square edge out of the foam by pulling it really hard down. This is as tight as I can get the fabric, so really, really pull hard. Now I'm doing the most important edge, which is the front, so I'm going to remove these temporary tacks and do exactly the same to the front, pull it as hard as I can and follow the pattern all the way along to get a straight line. Great, so you've done the back and the front, now we need to do the sides. The same as we did with the back and the front, you need to temporary staple one side so that you can pull against it to the opposite side. So now I'm going to talk to you about the corners. If your seat's quite square, you'll need to pleat your corners, but with this one, it's quite rounded, so I'm going to show you how to do the corners in this instance. To do rounded corners, what you need to do is grab the fabric. It feels really unnatural, but grab it and pull it as hard as you can and twist it slightly in an upward motion. That's going to wrinkle it up, but all the wrinkles are going to be on the back of the chair, so the front is going to look really smooth. When you're happy that the front doesn't have any wrinkles, quickly staple around the corner, and that's the corner done. So now the upholstery is done, cut away any excess fabric, and next we're going to put the bottom cloth on. So you can use anything for this. If you want to put old fabric on, you can. I've got what we call dip roll, which we always use for the bottom. It's kind of a paper fabric. So the same as we did for the fabric, we're now going to do for the bottom cloth. So just fold it under and staple on one side, then pull it tight to the opposite side. Do that on all 4 sides and work your way around to the corners. Great, that's your chair done. I hope you're happy with it. I've got 6 of these to do, so 1 down and 5 more to go. Thanks so much for tuning in, and good luck with the rest of your project.